Well, the bottle was in the passenger seat because she had it. So I just grabbed her and I had her in my hand when she was coming at me, and then that's when I hit her with the bottle.
And then where did you hit her? What part of the body did the bottle hit?
Oh, just on her head.
On her head, okay.
Yeah.
The man you just saw was Alejandro Aguilera Rojas, a 23-year-old married man who decided to spend Valentine's Day with his 21-year-old girlfriend, Dioneth Lopez. But this man who couldn't be a good husband was worse off as a boyfriend. On February 10th, 2020, Alejandro picked up his girlfriend from the Seattle-Tacoma International. She would be found dead in the Olympic National Park later. Her remains were found by unsuspecting strangers who were in the park on February 14th, 2020, a day that is celebrated as the Day of Love, Valentine's Day. Friends of Dioneth had been concerned that she had not been in contact, so they reported her missing on February 15th, 2020. The body was quickly identified, and since everyone knew that Alejandro was the last one seen with her before her murder, he was immediately called for questioning. The irony is, on the day that celebrates love, he could neither honor his wife nor stop himself from executing his girlfriend. What happened to Dioneth was incredibly tragic, but there's another victim in this story. Alejandro's wife, Angel Rojas, who was pregnant at the time, was called into the police station to learn of what her husband was accused of. When she entered, she was fairly clueless about what had happened, but a few minutes of sitting in an interrogation room turned her life upside down. She was told that her marriage had fallen apart because of an extramarital affair, but worst of all, that her husband and the father of her children was a suspected killer now. Through no fault of their own, she and her children will now have to carry the name of a killer all their lives.
I know this is like, I just want to make sure you're not, like, I want to make sure when you stand up, you're going to be okay. All right, we want to take care of you.
I don't know what to feel. I don't know. How can you be so stupid? Oh my God, I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to feel.
I know you don't. She needs to go to the bathroom, and, you know, I think we need to take care of that.
Okay.
Get a bottle of water from you.
Yeah, get a bottle of water.
Thank you.
There you go. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
You guys have fun. Catch you later.
Thank you.
So Alex, I'm Chet Howell with FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Because our missing persons from out of state, we got roped into helping out. We're coordinating some interviews down in California.
Yeah, so basically we've been doing a lot of stuff and all over the place, and we finally had a chance to come out here. So we've been doing recorded interviews with everybody and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your ID on you, Alex?
Yeah.
Be good. So because you're in a police station, that kind of thing, we have to go over your rights with you, but we'll go over that in a minute. I mean, everybody's done it. We've done it with everybody. We put it on the recording, what have you. Are you okay with us recording the interview?
Yeah.
Is that okay? It's like video and audio. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, you have to be doing it with everybody. It's been kind of standard practice. So give me a second here, and let me get to right, and it's going to take me just a second, okay?
Yeah.
And is your address on here correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And do you go by Alex?
Yeah, Alex.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Your last name is Aguilera Rojas? Is that hyphenated? Okay.
Guess back out working tomorrow again too?
Mm-mm.
No?
Not you guys scared the lady.
Oh, really?
Oh,
She told us
man.
not to go back until Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, so sorry about that. That is, oh, man. Yeah, that was a kind of a weird scenario like earlier. I'm like, how does she know who I am? I could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say anything to kind of smooth things out with her?
They got pretty freaked out. Yeah, so the rest of them, after you guys left, he pulled up like 10 minutes later. And he was like, you guys can leave now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything we can do to talk to them and let them know that, hey, you know, you kind of got in trouble. We were just, you know, we're talking all the people in this case. We'll be glad to, if you think that would help. So just let us know afterwards.
Sorry, it's paperwork, man. Sorry.
Contrary to his wife Angel Rojas, Alejandro sits calmly in the interrogation room. Perhaps the biggest mistake that Alejandro made was to choose the wrong spot for disposing of the body. The body was found in Olympic National Forest, which is a part of Clallam, Grays Harbor, Jefferson, and Mason counties in Washington state. which is federal land. The agents reassure him that the reason the FBI is taking the interview is merely protocol. They do not want Alejandro to become suspicious and close up. The priority here is to keep him open to sharing information. For the same reason, they use his informal nickname, Alex, instead of Alejandro. The FBI is far more experienced than the average police officer and undeniably hard to trick. Watch how the friendly rapport that the agent builds slowly wears Alejandro down as the interrogation progresses.
So first part is I just read you your rights. That's it. If I can just have you sign here indicating that I read you your rights and you understood your rights. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I'll just, let's see here. Let's do this. There you go. I'm trying to make some room here. Sorry. There you go. So it would be just right here. And this is just me reading your rights to you. And you understand those, okay? So, sorry about that. Let me cut this off. It always happens, doesn't it? Every freaking time you're trying to do something. All right. So, waiver of rights. I have read to me the above explanation of my constitutional rights. I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to make a statement and answer any questions. I do not want to lawyer at this time. I don't understand what I'm doing. No promises or threats have been made to me. No pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. Okay. And yeah, no problem. And that's it. So if you understand that, if you could just sign here, and then we can get to talking and see that. It would be me here, but you're on the X, okay? All right.
You got the time and date on that?
Yep. I'm going to get it. Yep, I'm going to get that in the case number right here in a second.
This particular interrogation is about to become one of the most skilled interrogations you will ever come across. Here you'll see the difference between the techniques of a police officer versus that of an FBI agent. The lead agent here is Jeff Waterhouse, whose skills are remarkable. Using the Reed technique, his humor, and his friendly way of talking, he will get a confession. The whole process of using this technique is highly subtle and easy to miss. As you watch, we will point out and break down the stages of the Reed technique and how they pertain to this particular interrogation. You will also notice that in the first clip, Alejandro is not completely comfortable. He's realized that Agent Waterhouse is running the show, and instead of sitting close to the table where it's convenient, he chooses to sit away from him. He would rather move towards the table and then immediately move away from it in the far corner than be confronted by a closer physical proximity. With the rapport that agents build, this will change soon.
Okay, so basically, we'd like to talk to you just about you picking up, and the name, can you pronounce the first name for me? I'm sure I'm going to mess that up. Dioneth?
Yeah.
Because I've heard it pronounced a couple different ways while doing the interviews and everything. So yeah, if you could just tell me about that and what's going on, what the plans were.
Well, that day, on Sunday, she called me, seeing if I could buy her a ticket, because I owed her some money. Because I went to Mexico, and she let me borrow some money, and she said if I could buy her a ticket. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy you a ticket for Monday. So I sent her the money, and she sent it right back. She was like, no, can you buy it, because I don't want to tell my aunt. She was living with her aunt.
Okay. And where does her aunt live?
California.
Okay. Do you know where?
I think it's like San Pablo, California.
San Pablo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought her the ticket, and she came on Monday. I picked her up at 8:30, and we took off to what's it called, towards Sequin. Yeah, Sequin.
Oh, okay.
And on our way there, we got pulled over
Oh.
by a cop.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we were almost there, and we got pulled over, and I got a ticket because my driver's license is suspended.
Oh.
So, but he let me go, and I got a ticket there. We got there, and she was waiting for some friends.
Okay.
But they never got there until Tuesday when I dropped it off.
Okay. Tuesday.
We came back on, that Monday we were there. I didn't want to go really, into the, what's it called, to the Olympic State Park, or the one that,
there's forest, state forest,
yeah,
or national forest?
National Forest.
National
Because
Park.
my truck isn't all-wheel drive, and I don't want to get stuck.
Oh.
So we were just driving around the roads and stuff. We came back to the gas station because we were gonna stay on the side of the roads up there. We were gonna stay there, but it was freezing out there.
Oh, yeah, it
We
gets
came
cold
back-
this time.
Yeah, we came back to that Chevron that's next to the casino.
Yeah, sure, okay.
We stayed there, and then a couple hours later, the security guard came up to us that we couldn't stay there, so we left.
They kicked you out of the parking lot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't stay there.
Where were you parked at?
Like on the side of the, kind of like in front of the, like the market thing that they have there.
They kicked you out of the
Yeah, they kicked us
marketplace
out of there.
parking lot?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one by the casino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he give an explanation for that?
Yeah, he said that, no overnight, that you couldn't stay there.
You weren't there like overnight.
Nah.
How long were you there for?
The interrogation is designed in a way to make Alejandro speak more. From their end, the agents keep the conversation friendly, but generally if the interrogators initiate more conversations, then the suspects cooperate less. This is also very helpful in getting rid of false statements right in the beginning. When a suspect is asked about the details of the crime and they have not come in for a confession, it is likely that they will try to give information that supports their innocence first. That information is most likely to be untrue, so by allowing Alejandro to speak first, they're able to move along the interrogation faster. It's also clear that Alejandro is still incredibly nervous and feeling dominated in the presence of Agent Waterhouse. He looks for body language cues from the agent, and if Waterhouse moves at all, Alejandro gets intimidated. For example, when Alejandro gives an account of his story and he finds Agent Waterhouse to be distracted with paperwork, he starts to show discomfort in his posture.
Yeah, and then he kicked us out, so he said there was a rest stop like a couple miles down. I couldn't find it, so.
Which way?
When you come out the Chevron to the right.
Okay, to the right. So somebody down near the tribal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I couldn't find it, so I just ended up parking next to like the water. There was like some bathrooms there. I don't know if you guys are familiar over there.
So you make the right. So that place is on the left then?
Yeah. There was
Okay.
like some bathrooms there.
Okay,
And
okay.
then, but we parked on the other side, and we just stayed there the night, and then.
So you get kicked out of the Longhouse, but you
Yeah.
don't get kicked out
Another
of the
place.
Jamestown tribal
Mhm.
place? Really?
Yeah.
Because they're owned by the same
Oh, really?
thing? Yeah.
Yeah, because the security, we were just
So
there.
security never
Yeah.
showed up there?
No,
Oh.
we stayed there.
Okay. What truck was it?
It was a Silverado.
Silverado? And is that your rig?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And,
where'd you guys sleep in that?
Is
Is it like a crew cab?
No, it's a single cab, just like, just sitting down, we just slept like that.
Oh, okay. All right, and then what?
And then the next day, on Tuesday, she said that her friends were there, because, that Monday night, her phone didn't have service,
Okay,
but she had a Mexico phone, like a phone number from Mexico,
okay.
because she had just gone from Mexico like a week ago. And she had that phone and like.
So I'm a little confused. Did she come up with two different phones?
Yeah, because in Mexico she stayed there like for 2 months,
Okay.
and her phone got cut off over here. She was T-Mobile, and she
Okay.
didn't have no.
So her U.S. phone's a T-Mobile phone, then she's got one out of Mexico, is that right?
Yeah, she got
Okay.
she got a Mexican phone over there. She was
Oh.
there for 2 months.
And that's a cell phone?
Yeah,
Do you have that number?
no,
No.
no, I
Okay.
just have the number that she used.
So the T-Mobile one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess that's where she was talking to her friends, but I never asked who they were because I was just like,
So you're just the wheel guy?
yeah.
Okay.
And I was more like scared because the state trooper was like, if I see you driving again, you're gonna go straight to jail.
Right.
Yeah, and he took pictures of the truck and everything. I was like, it's the only red truck here.
Okay, all right,
You
so
know, I was more like worried about the ticket. How was I gonna get back home? Then asking, who your friends were and stuff like that.
so she had a plan to meet these people?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So on the ride from the airport here, did she discuss that plan with you? About what she was gonna do,
No.
what the plan was? Did she have anything with her?
Yeah, she just
Like
had a
belongings?
backpack.
Just one backpack?
Yeah, it was like a sports bag, you know, those big ones.
Like a hiking one, or are we talking
No.
like a school backpack?
No, it was
One with a drawstring? God, I'm striking out here, man.
like you know those basketball backpacks, like the long ones.
Oh yeah, like a duffel bag type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Anyway,
yeah.
so was it the square one or was it the round one?
Round one.
Round one, and what
Mhm.
color was that?
Purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
Were the handles a different color?
No, they were black.
They were black with
Yeah.
purple bag. Do you remember what kind of bag it was? Nike, Reebok?
Adidas.
Adidas.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? So she had like all her clothes and everything
Yeah,
in
she had
there?
everything in there. Yeah.
Do you know how long she planned on being?
Well,
Here in
I bought
Washington?
the ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it round trip or was it
Yeah, it
one
was
way?
round trip. She was supposed to leave on Wednesday at
Oh.
it was 7:30, I think.
Supposed to be
Yeah.
on Wednesday? Okay. Okay. What flight was it? I mean, was it like Delta, or whoever, American Airlines?
American Airlines, I think. Yeah, 'cause for the I just bought the ticket and then I put her information and I put her email, so everything, all that stuff went to her.
Went to her.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you know where she flew out of?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Because San Pablo is where? It's just south or east of there or something. Where's San Pablo? You've never been there?
No, I've never been to
Okay.
California.
Okay. So what's your relationship with her?
The worst part of an interrogation is when you realize the moment things could have gone differently. This is that time in the case where Dioneth's life could have been saved. Alejandro was driving his red truck with an expired license plate and was caught for the same as well. Had the traffic officer in charge taken relevant measures then, Alejandro would have never had the opportunity to take a life. The fact that Alejandro had been using a license plate that had expired a long time ago also speaks a lot about the nature of the crime. It's believed that he put the license plate on his truck right before picking up Dioneth from the airport. He may have done this to conceal the ownership of the vehicle. That particular plate number belonged to a man living 30 minutes away from the location of the crime. What makes this angle even more plausible is the fact that when his truck was found after the crime, the plate had been changed to the updated number and the truck had been cleaned. But this still remains a theory at this point. You will also notice that Alejandro can be seen opening up slowly. Initially, his legs were shaking and his voice was low, but now he's shifted to an open-legged posture, indicating that he is becoming more comfortable.
I met her like 2 years ago.
Like 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
How? Okay, so it was like...
I met her through a friend, and then we started talking.
Okay.
And we kind of had a thing, but
Okay.
you know, it was just like,
Okay.
well, I'm married, you know, I got my wife and everything, but
Right.
she doesn't know about like me talking to her and
About
stuff.
this,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
We would talk every day on the phone. We would message each other. We just had a lot of things in common because
Okay.
she was sick and I'm sick.
So did you guys go to school here together?
No, I met her 2 years ago with a friend of mine.
Oh, so yeah, because you're 23. Okay. Yeah, sorry about
They
that.
used to work together at a Mexican store in Federal Way.
You did?
No, she did.
She did. With who?
With her friend, Leo.
With her friend Leo?
Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
That's my friend, and I met her through him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Leo's Emil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's somebody we should talk to?
I mean, they stopped talking because
Okay.
he was trying to hook her up with a couple of her friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stopped talking.
Okay. Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
gonna be useless. That's pointless. Did you go to school here?
Yeah.
Well, so you've been here in Renton for a while?
Yeah, I went to school here up in the Highlands.
No, I don't.
No.
Sorry, man. I'm way out of my element here. We're way out of here. That's why I was like, I didn't mean to press you at work, but you know, the whole drive over here, we had to be over here. I'm like, man, I hope the guy can talk to us because it's a long drive. Man.
Yeah, it is.
So did you drive around or take the ferry?
No, I drove around.
You drove around through Tacoma? Yeah. 'Cause you miss a ferry, you're waiting longer.
Yeah.
So and plus those are getting expensive these days too.
Yeah, it's
What's it, like $35?
Yeah, and then coming back, the Bainbridge one is coming back is like $60.
What is it going over?
Bremerton, I think.
No, I mean Bainbridge from here over at 16.
Yeah, no. Coming back from Bainbridge is 16,
Oh.
but going from Seattle to Bainbridge, it's like 30.
That's what I thought. I was like
Yeah.
that unless they changed it. I'm like, oh man, well, 16 sounds good considering last time I went through. Oh, okay. So, so do you remember what she was wearing when you picked her up or anything?
She was wearing sweats.
Sweats?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember shoes, jacket, what her hair looked like, anything like that?
No, she had a sweater. That's it.
She had a sweater.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was? Was the brand on it or anything?
No, not the brand.
Color?
What took place right now is called the direct positive confrontation. It is the first stage of the read technique, where the agent's aim is to come off as non-threatening while still drawing out responses from the suspect. They'll also ask about details of the day, sequence of events, and relationship with the victim. But since they have realized that Alejandro is in a defensive position, they will not directly confront him with questions related to the crime yet. Instead, they ask questions about events leading up to the crime. You'll notice that if there are any questions that are unanswered, Agent Waterhouse reframes them in a new format and asks them again instead of looking like he's fixating on one question or topic. This way, he's letting Alejandro control the flow of conversation.
So, you guys are at the Longhouse, and I may have missed this, and it's my fault, man. We're so tired from doing it. Man.
Yeah.
You're at the Chevron next to the casino, which is the Longhouse. Does that ring a bell?
Mm-hmm.
Was the plan her friends were supposed to meet you there?
No, they were gonna meet us like, you know how when you come out, you take the left, you pass the casino, and then you turn left again. Like there's like a electric thing on the side, like towards the entrance to the park. No.
Do you remember the road name?
No, I don't remember the road name.
Do you remember what color the building was or anything?
No, it's just it's a fence, and then in the middle
Oh,
it has
fence.
it's like a generator, I think, big
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's on the left.
I'm losing it. I'm at a loss.
No, it's like passing the casino. It's like the second road in to your left.
How much further past the casino?
Yeah.
Like half mile, quarter mile, mile?
It's like
Best guess.
quarter mile, I think.
Oh, so not far.
Not that far from the casino. And then, well, they were gonna meet.
Did you pass another hotel or anything?
No.
On the left?
Mm-hmm.
No?
No.
My goodness. Huh. Oh, I'll be.
No, I didn't pass the other hotel.
I don't know, I'm at a loss. God, I feel terrible. I mean, I work there. Okay. So these friends, did she mention how she knew these people, where they're from,
Mm-mm.
what the plan was? Did she have hiking gear with her?
I mean, she has some boots.
Oh, she did have boots?
Yeah.
Like hiking boots type
Mhm.
thing? Okay, all right. My phone keeps going off, sorry. I was wondering where I'm at. Oh, okay. So,
And what time is it on Tuesday when you're getting ready to drop her off?
Like around 10:30. 9:30, 10:30.
9:30, 10:30, okay.
And did she have confirmation with her friends?
Yeah, her
at
friends,
that
yeah.
point? Okay.
Yeah, they were
she texting or calling?
Yeah, texting on the other phone, because the Mexican phone that she had, that's where she was texting them, because the other phone went out of service.
Okay, texting in Mexican. Do you remember what kind of phone it was? Was it Apple or an
It
Android?
was an Android.
Android?
Mm-hmm.
Which phone is that, this Android?
The Mexican phone.
Oh, the Mexican?
Yeah,
What about the T-Mobile one?
they were both Android.
They were both like
Mhm.
Android?
And how did she seem when she left? I mean, tell me how that went, how you dropped her off and.
I mean, she seemed pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, she did get a message from her aunt asking her where she was at, and she was like, "Oh, I'm in Seattle," and that's all. Because her aunt messaged her, I think.
So she told her she was in Seattle, but she was actually in Squam,
Yeah.
meeting these people to hike.
Mhm.
So her aunt had no idea
had
she was
no
meeting
idea
these
she was
people.
over here, because her aunt messaged her. She
Oh,
told me
okay.
that her aunt messaged her that to go turn off the stove, and that's when she told her, "I'm not at the house. I'm in Seattle." Yeah, she didn't have a really.
So
good,
you dropped her off somewhere
Mhm.
without seeing these people,
yeah,
and she never called you back or anything?
she never called me back. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then after that, a couple of days passed, and then this guy named Armando messaged me asking if I knew where she was, and I didn't know him like that or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, because to her family, she never talked to me or anything.
Okay.
To her family, I didn't exist, because everything was just like so secretly
Oh, okay.
between me and her.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say message, are you using social media messaging or are you using text?
No, text message.
Text.
Yeah.
By now, you may have wondered why he could possibly be wearing those sunglasses. Is this even allowed in an interrogation? But regardless of the rules, the agents allow him to wear them because they have bigger fish to fry here. They don't want to assert their dominance and authority in the room, as they want Alejandro to be comfortable. Maybe he wears them all the time, or is he trying to do something here? We can't say for sure. However, there are two possible explanations to this. First, he may have a habit of wearing them, but the more plausible reason is that he is trying to conceal his eyes from the agents. It is a known fact that eye contact or even looking in a certain direction are cues that detectives look for in interrogations. It's possible that this was an attempt from Alejandro to avoid giving such cues.
Were you guys communicating at all by social media?
Mm-mm, no.
Just text?
Yeah, just text and call.
Okay. And was it always on her personal phone, or did you
Yeah,
ever
phone.
communicate on the Mexican phone?
No, not on the Mexican phone. It was always on her phone.
Does she have any relatives out here anywhere?
She did. When she was here in Federal Way, she lived with her aunt that lives in Federal Way.
You know what her name is?
No.
No. Okay.
Mhm.
Have you, so Armando called you,
Yeah, he messaged me asking if I knew who she was, but since I thought they didn't know about me, I was like, no. I told them I was like, no, I don't know. But then I didn't think it was that serious until her mom called me. I mean, she didn't call me, but she messaged me. She was like, oh, are you Alex? You know anything about my daughter? And I was like, I called her because I didn't know it was that serious.
yeah,
And I called her and I told her what was going on, what I had. I mean, no, what? Yeah.
and who from her family reached out to you that you remember, friends or family?
Her mom did.
Mom did?
Yeah.
Do you know where her mom's from?
Well, she's in Mexico.
She's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you know where?
In Jalisco.
Okay. And do you remember what day she called?
Sunday or Monday of this week.
Oh, most recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you try getting hold of her to find out what was going on?
I tried calling her, but her phone just went to straight to voicemail.
Straight to voicemail.
Yeah.
Do you have that number?
Yes.
For her? Can you give that to me, please?
206.
And were you calling or texting her?
Calling. Yeah, because when her mom, I spoke with her mom and I told her, and she was like, yeah, she messaged me that she was gonna go to that place with some friends. Yeah.
So her mom knew about the trip?
Yeah, but she knew that she was gonna go with some friends too.
Okay. Do you know if mom was in contact with the friends or knew who the friends were?
No, she didn't know who the friends were either.
Did she ever talk about who her friends were out there, or names at all, or?
No, the only one that I could think about is when she was living here in Federal Way and with her aunt. Her aunt had a boyfriend that once tried raping her, but no one knew. All this stuff like.
You know his name?
I just know him by. There was this Mexican restaurant in Kent that got shut down because they were sold drugs there, and that's the guy that would sell drugs there.
That's the guy?
Yeah, and he tried drugging her up and raping her, and I mean that's the only guy. Because he would like try calling her after she left. He would try calling her and calling her and calling her.
How long ago was this?
About like 4 months ago. When
Oh, recently?
When she went back to California.
Do you think he could be one of the guys that was hiking, or do you think she would just shut that down?
No, I think that's my only guess about him. Because rather than that, she never told me anything about no one else that she was.
Nothing else?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is your understanding that she was going to be hiking with female friends or male friends, or both?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was under the impression it was just
Yeah.
female friends.
Any idea how many friends it was?
Mm-mm.
No, she didn't say, hey.
No.
She mentioned any of the names? No names of people. Hey, I can't wait to see. I don't know.
No, because
Any
we were both scared of the state trooper when we got pulled over.
So that kind of quieted everything down in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice that Alejandro has been touching his right elbow way too often, then you have made a remarkable observation. This is what is called a tell in suspects. As you continue to watch the interrogation, you'll notice that he touches his elbow again and again when he takes the role of the narrator. The more he speaks, the more lies he tells, and as a subconscious giveaway manifested in the form of physical body language cues, he is seen touching his elbow. Agents, too, have taken notice of this. The clarity of the interrogation footage has allowed us to observe that the agents directly look at this while Alejandro tells his lies. This is also the point where Alejandro realizes that bringing up new suspects might be in his best interest, so he mentions a person who had already been violent with Dioneth in the past. However, agents realize this is an attempt to shift the blame, and after investigating it briefly, shoot it down.
What I was going to ask you is, knowing that your wife doesn't know about this friendship with her, where did she think you were for that day or that night?
I just told her I was going to go to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to go overnight often, or?
No, I called her. I was like, because I had told her that I work in Everett. Well, I used to work in Everett, and I told her I was going to stay over there. Okay. And that's it.
All right. just to make sure we're talking about the same person. Which one, sir?
Yes. This one.
On the right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you've been really honest with us about everything, man, because, you know, about the stuff
Like
at
I
the
told her
airport.
mom, I was like,
And, I mean, that's your truck,
you
right?
should right, yeah.
And that's her, right?
Yeah.
And then we got, that's her with her receipt buying what you were talking about.
Yeah.
This is you, right? And then this is you guys. That's your pickup truck right there.
Here's a man whose girlfriend has been killed. Even if he has to keep up the facade of not knowing anything about the murder, he should still be worried that his partner is missing. But Alejandro instead narrates the events without ever expressing concern. And the worst part is, he seems entirely unbothered by the situation. He's sitting in an interrogation room as the suspect, but his behavior is more like he's sitting with his friends. He makes jokes and laughs at them as if he did not kill his girlfriend in an extremely cruel fashion.
Yeah, some of this we were just seeing how truthful you're going to be, man. You've been really truthful with us.
Yeah, like I told her mom, I was like, you know, whatever I can do, because she was a really good friend of me, and
right.
You know, I barely saw yesterday that they found her body yesterday I saw on Facebook, Team 5.
Right.
And I was gonna call her mom, but I didn't know if she knew.
If she knew.
Yeah, because she kept messaging me and telling me if I knew her and stuff like that. So, and then her brother messaged me yesterday too, asking if I knew where she was, and I told him, you know, what I know.
Okay. Right. It's you again going to the restroom.
Yeah.
Same glasses.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, what kind of glasses are those? Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I would come here.
Yeah, he thought they looked like mine. I've got Oakley slivers.
No,
yeah, what are those?
Nike.
Nike?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So, pickup truck. License plate. There you are working.
Yep.
Now, I had a question about this. Looking at it. Shouldn't there be leg straps in here?
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
we weren't that high.
Yeah,
so.
see, I was looking at it and I'm like, brave dude right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I've done a little bit of something, but before I had this job, I'm like, shouldn't you have leg harness on there?
I mean,
still photo. So yeah. So of course, you know, we got that off your Facebook page. Yeah, and you already talked about him, your wife being pregnant. That's good news. It's good news. So, you know, so part of this is, you know, is you have been honest with us. And I think you've been honest to a point, because I think talking about this relationship with her is pretty difficult. You're kind of
pretty close. I mean, she would tell me everything, and I would tell her everything. That's why my wife didn't know about it.
Right, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to talk to you at work and not at home. And downstairs, I wasn't really sure with this facility where we should leave her, but certainly doesn't need to be in on this, right? To keep it on the down low. So, you know, I think part of that is that to us looking in, it looks like you guys had a little more of a significant relationship. I know it's difficult to talk about. Can you expand on that a little bit with us?
I mean,
yeah, because this one we're doing in a private setting. I mean, you're in here.
I mean, we just had a thing, you know.
Where did she want the relationship to go?
Right.
I mean, well, she knew that I was married and stuff.
Right.
Did it cause tension with her, or
no
jealousy at all?
I mean, she knew I was married, and you know, all the stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It was more like, you know, like a not a relationship, but like a friendship, you know, really good friendship.
Right. That
she would tell me, oh, this happened, because she had a lot of problems with her brother. And he lives in California with her. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to get into now is just, I don't want you to panic on me, okay? But this is the thing. You've been really, really honest with us, and I want you to keep doing that. But obviously, we found you today pretty quickly, right? Yeah. Probably like how the hell they find us. Yeah. Because we know certain things, okay, about the relationship and this kind of thing. So I want you to follow me here. I'm not accusing you of anything at this point, okay? What we have is phone records. Okay, that back your story, quite frankly, is you're in swim, right? So you're in Squim, no doubt about it. Got you through the longhouse talking and all this stuff. Got you with tower stuff, okay? So what we're looking at here is green and yellow is you talking to her, okay? So your story matches, man. You're in Squim, you're at the longhouse, and this is a tower for cell service. This dot is you. This is your phone. Exactly. Like, can you see that? Go ahead and take it. Yeah, go ahead. So that dot is you. So looking at that dot, you can hold on to that. That's cool. So, and here's another one, but I don't want you to panic on me because there's that. So that's the road you're on. Part of what's going on, I think it's a while we got here to talk to you, is unfortunately, as you are probably aware, being a guy, a body left up in the woods for a while, critters get to it. Body is not in good condition, okay? It's really bad from animals from exposure, especially the face, head, anything exposed. Like, are you familiar with that process? No, the animals are starving. When you were up there, it's cold, right? They're up there, they're hungry, it's wintertime.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So up there, I believe your story, and I actually believe you're a little bit of a victim, like in this whole thing. Okay, that may sound a little weird, but I want you to follow me here. I think you were put in a bad scenario. Okay, by that right there, what I handed you, you're off the beaten path, and that dot is right where we found the body. So we're gonna put this together a little bit, and I can tell you a little bit about what I think, if that's okay. Again, I don't want to scare you to death.
Yeah.
But I know you got off the pavement. It looks like you guys are probably fighting about something. Got off the pavement, got up there, and I think she was trying to pressure you to leave your wife. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you guys are sitting up there, and the argument goes pretty bad because you don't want to leave your wife. She's pregnant, you got kids. She's up there, and she's pressuring you to leave your wife, and she gets upset. So what we did find, we find a bottle of tequila. With pieces, right? So we got this bottle of tequila. We got pieces. It looks like things went bad, but I think you're the victim in this whole thing. And I'll tell you why, because we found a knife right off her hand. I think you went down, you guys were in an argument. You went down to take a leak to clear your head. I think she followed you from your car with a knife out of your truck that you work in and followed you down there. And I can only surmise what happened then, but I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong at some point, but let me kind of finish my theory here, because that's kind of why you're not in handcuffs, is I think she followed you down there, you had this bottle, and she pulled a knife on you and threatened you, and maybe she had too much tequila to drink, at which point you had to defend yourself with that bottle, which got busted because she's got your knife and trying to get you to leave your wife. And I can show you that, because...
Yeah, because I saw Milwaukee and a blue one.
The agent has finally moved on to the second stage of the read technique, called theme development. The agent tries to shift the blame away from Alejandro onto Dioneth herself and the set of circumstances that prompted him to commit the crime. Theme development involves giving reasons that will psychologically justify or excuse the crime. If Alejandro responds well to this, then they will continue with this theme. What this does is, it allows him to believe that he is being perceived as a victim and that this will look better in front of a jury. However, this is only a scheme to make him confess. The fact that Agent Waterhouse is reassuring him again and again that he has been honest and looks like a victim in his eyes will only push him into making a confession soon.
Give him a Milwaukee blue one, yeah, because look at this. You see that? That's a knife. I believe you're the victim in this, because if not, this would be you that I'm looking into. Like I said, that's why you're sitting on a couch. Okay? That's what it looks like. And I know you don't want to let this go to your wife. that you're up here having this conversation with her, and I get that being a guy, I really do. But I think you're putting in a possible scenario, because now it looks like you had to defend yourself from this. And what do? Do you go to the cops? That way your wife's gonna find out about this whole extramarital problem, and it's gonna get exposed at completely the wrong time. Again, that's why you're in here on the couch and not elsewhere.
What Agent Waterhouse is doing here is using the technique of reverse psychology. Using this concept, he tries to imply the opposite of what behavior is desired. He stresses on saying that he believes Alejandro is a victim and he's been honest. This is the opposite of the truth, but he does that so he gets the desired behavior, which will force Alejandro to actually confess to the truth. This is a very effective technique, and if you think about it, maybe you've used it too.
Now, only you can fill me in on exactly how that went down, but there's basically two options, and like I said, that's why you're on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you be willing to tell me that and what happened up there? Sorry, this is not a sticky note on here. This is just because I told you the animals ate her, and I don't, it's upsetting to me. I mean, I don't even want to look at it again, basically, is why it's on here. So I'm hoping you can fill those gaps in for me. That's what it looks like to me. Because you're there. There's only two options. It's either you or her. And we know what ended up. And how bad would it look going to the police? I get that. And I get that with your wife. I really do. So if you would please.
We've heard she's got a temper, and so, I mean.
The third stage is called stopping denials. This is a perfect example of how Agent Waterhouse has been trained to do this. One of the reasons this interrogation stands out is because of the proficiency in conducting this technique. This stage usually takes the longest, but he has managed to greatly cut down that time. The moment that the agent realizes that Alejandro seems to be approving of the new rationale presented in front of him, he's quick to resolve any possible apprehensions and further clarify his story. This stage also includes theme selection, meaning that Agent Waterhouse will pick the narrative based on which one he thinks is most likely to get a confession. And going by the constant nodding when Alejandro is being called a victim, he's already chosen it.
And I know you've been truthful. I know you're trying to be as truthful as you can because you don't want this out there. I get this. So, yeah, take a drink of water and then please fill us in so we can exonerate you. That's it. That's why you're on the couch, man. Yeah. So please just take your time. Take a drink of water.
We just have everything here.
Well, I need to hear it from you, though. That's just my theory. But based on what we saw, that's it. The only thing you lied about to us that I can find right now, you didn't tell us you were up there and had this fight with her, this argument that led to an impossible scenario. What do you do? Because then you lose like two women, right? Unfortunately, you had to defend yourself. She's unfortunately killed in the process, accidentally, right? And then if your wife finds out, bigger problem. Now you're out two women. Yeah. So if you could just please just take your time and tell us what happened.
She was drinking up there where we stopped. She was drinking. I told her, take it easy, but she just kept drinking.
Where'd you guys stop to get the alcohol?
I took it. Oh. Yeah, because she wasn't 21, so I took them.
She's not 21?
No, I think she's 20.
I thought she was. Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I took some beer and that bottle, and then she just started drinking. And, she did tell me a couple times that she was going to kill my wife and my kid.
What?
Yeah.
See, these are facts that we need to know. Really.
I was pretty scared because, you never know what a woman can do, especially like that she would lose her mind out of nowhere.
Right.
And that day I went to the gas station. I called my wife. I called her crying. I was like, hey, you know what? I just want to come back home. I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
But I didn't tell her that I was with her. I just told her, I was like, oh, you know what?
Right.
I just want to come home.
I can't even imagine that. So you're scared of your family, everything.
And
I get that, man. I really do.
I deleted the video, but I had a recording of her telling me that she was going to kill my kid.
Really?
But I deleted it. I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, she threatened me.
Alejandro has made another big mistake. However false it may be in the interrogation room, the best tactic is to always stick to the story that was originally created by the criminal. The interrogators will try to push many theories as to what may have happened, because it helps encourage the suspect into giving new evidence. Usually, they'll claim that the suspect had legit reasons to act the way they did, as is the case here. And if the suspect falls into this trap, it will be used against them in court to reduce their credibility. Fortunately, it worked here, and Alejandro agreed to it. He started adding new information about Dioneth being aggressive and threatening to provide them with a reasonable excuse for his crimes. Little does he know, he's already come closer to a confession.
And she would come over here and just park outside.
So she's holding you hostage
Yeah.
basically with the information of this extramarital affair.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get up there, she's drinking a lot.
Yeah.
She gets sideways. Tell me about that scenario.
Well, yeah, she just came up to me and we were just talking, but she was already drunk.
And was this Tuesday morning or
Yeah,
Monday night?
Tuesday morning.
What time was it, you know?
Like around 11:30.
11:30. So she's tying it on because
Yeah.
you guys are talking about what you're going to do with the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
because I had told her, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, because you just want to
Yeah,
break off and
I told
she's
her, I was
upset.
like, yeah, you know what, this can't go on, you know, I'm just done with you. And she just started threatening me.
Tell me what she said. What did she say to you?
She said that if I would leave her, she was gonna come to my house and kill my wife and my kid.
Did she threaten you too personally?
Yeah, she threatened me. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
She said that after she was gonna go with them, she was gonna come after me.
Wow.
Have you ever known her to be violent before?
Yeah, but what she would tell me is that she would get into fights with her brother.
No.
She would just lose it.
The fourth stage is called overcoming objections. Here, Alejandro is taking a lot of time to come to the point. He is not directly objecting to the possibility of being a suspect, but he wants to refrain from confessing at the moment. He's restraining himself because he believes that he still has to provide the rationale for his crimes. He believes if he tears down the image of Dioneth enough, then he will be able to explain things in a more favorable manner. Because of the groundwork that Agent Waterhouse laid in the beginning of the interrogation, the stages will move quickly now. He's managed to bring Alejandro to a position where he's inclined to tell the truth, as in his mind, he no longer looks like the perpetrator. Alejandro believes that the picture that has been painted makes the situation appear favorable to him. As you watch, there are some stages that are also skipped. This often happens in interrogations, as the reactions of the suspect are not fixed. Some will confess sooner than the others, and that is why the interrogators need to be incredibly professional, adaptable, and sharp-minded to use this technique.
So walk me through the event that happened so I can see it clearly. I know you guys are that and what happened. Can you walk me through that up to the point where we're fighting?
Yeah, so.
Where she's threatening you to the point where you're having to defend yourself. That's what I want to hear.
Well, she just kept threatening me that she was gonna kill my wife, and because she's pregnant, and she told me, you know what?
Is this in the car or out of the car?
Out of the car.
Okay.
She said that she was just gonna kill her and, you know, the baby that she has.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah, because it's pretty obvious. That's why I said we're going to get her water and everything.
Yeah.
And I knew obviously from this, so.
Yeah. And she just took out the knife and she just came at me.
Oh my
But
God.
she never got me.
And where's this at?
Right outside the truck.
Right outside the
Mhm.
truck?
Yeah.
Like where? Like in the parking lot?
No.
Okay, where?
Where you up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up in the woods.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So she headed out.
Yeah.
Left hand or
Yeah.
right hand? You remember? I assume right, but I don't.
Yeah. Right hand. She just came at me and
What actions was she doing?
like, what do you mean? Like.
With the knife. I mean, is she coming up to you? Like, how close is she?
Yeah,
Is she making?
we were pretty close, but I saw her when she was coming with the knife, so I moved.
So she tried to stab
She
you?
tried stabbing me. Yeah, and she just kept.
Did she stab you?
No, she didn't stab me.
Okay, so you have no injuries at all.
She just said that she was gonna kill me and stuff. She kept repeating.
So
it.
what was your response when she tried to stab you?
Well, I defended myself.
I know this is painful for you, but I need to know specifics.
Well,
Because I can't see the body. The body
Yeah.
is destroyed by wildlife. I don't know except with you. I mean, there's a little bit that I know, but not a whole lot because of the desecration of the body, man. I don't even want to get into it really.
Mhm. Yeah, and then she tried stabbing me, and I moved, and then she came at me again, and then we started like forcing each other,
Okay.
and then I tripped, and then she came at me again with the knife, so I moved, but she just couldn't get me, and then after that, she fell and she hit her head on the truck, and because she was already like fainting, I don't know, because of everything.
She hit her head on the truck?
Yeah.
The fifth stage is called getting the suspect's attention, and it is characterized by reassuring Alejandro that he has been cooperative and they believe in his sincerity. This will allow him to open up more in the interrogation. You'll observe that after this point, Agent Waterhouse will start leaning towards him more. This is done to partially intimidate the suspect, but this also helps in gaining increased attention towards the agent.
Where did she hit her head on the truck?
Like on the side of the door.
On
Because the door was open, yeah, the passenger side door was open.
Okay.
And what happened after she hit her head? Did that knock her out?
Yeah, that knocked her out, yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, I just left. I was scared.
You just left?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. So you never actually responded with any force at all, and she's got a knife?
Well, I just tried like pushing her and stuff like that.
Okay, but there's no, you didn't hit her with anything
No, I didn't hit her.
at all?
Mm-mm. We're just with the bottle. That's it.
Well, tell us about that, because you did.
Yeah, tell us about
did
that.
Well, the bottle was in the passenger seat because she had it. So I just grabbed her and I had it in my hand when she was coming at me, and then that's when I hit her with the bottle.
You hit her with the bottle?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, because what I'm looking at is a broken bottle, not a whole bottle. Yeah, that, I know this sucks to have to answer, man, but we gotta exonerate you here, so we need to know how that bottle got broke. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, I can make assumptions, but I need you to tell me so it matches up with what I'm looking at, because that's it.
So if you're, let's say you're in the driver's seat, is she?
No, we were outside the front.
Oh, you're outside of the car, so, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then where did you hit her? What part of the body did the bottle hit?
Oh, just on her head.
On her head, okay.
Yeah.
Where at?
Like on this side.
Like on that side, the side of the head, and that's when it broke?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just hit her once?
Yeah, just once.
Okay. And that ended the fight there at that point?
And
It's
then I
over.
just left.
And then you left her in the woods?
Mm-hmm.
So did you, earlier you said her head hit the door, so did it hit the door and get hit by the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
So two things
I
happened?
think, yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But how did she get from the truck into the woods?
Well, I just pushed her over there because I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And, well, tell us what happened after
So
that.
this red knife is definitely yours.
Yeah, that's mine. That was in my truck.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And you had another knife, I recall you saying, is that right?
Yeah.
What is it? Or do you have it? Do you have that knife?
No.
You said a blue?
Yeah, blue knife.
You had a blue knife?
Mm-hmm.
You know what brand that was?
No, I didn't have a brand.
Okay. Okay.
So what happened to her stuff then? Because her stuff wasn't with her.
Well, just had them in my truck and I threw them away. I mean, at that point, I didn't know what was going
You
on.
were kind of freaking out.
Yeah, I
a
was
bit.
scared.
Freaking out. Yeah, I can only imagine, man. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
been through quite a bit here.
Where did you throw the stuff?
At my house. Just put them in a black bag and just throw them away.
You threw them away?
Mm-hmm.
Except for this one, right? This red one.
No, I was talking about her clothes, like her
Oh,
duffel bag.
her clothes.
Mhm.
Oh,
You took
sorry, I
that
missed
back
that.
to the house,
Yeah, because I had it in my truck. Yeah, I just threw them
and
away.
you put it in a black plastic bag and threw it.
Mm-hmm.
In like garbage cans or?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the house garbage can. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that's quite the adventure. And you've had to live with this too the whole time knowing. So you knew she was likely dead.
Well, not likely dead. I don't know if she died or not until I saw her yesterday.
Until you saw her yesterday. So you left her up there like knocked out?
Yeah.
Okay, and didn't go back or anything?
You
No.
thought about like just calling someone to like have them like
Knocks out.
check
I
on
mean,
her?
I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
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 Was there any thought that maybe she would recover and come after you?
Yeah. I did think that.
Tell me about that.
But
Was that thought go through your mind at all?
Yeah, she was gonna come back. Yeah.
Were you prepared for that?
Mm-hmm.
Does she know where you live?
Yeah, she knew. She knew where I lived.
How does she know where you live?
Finally, Alejandro has confessed to his crimes. If he did not confess to hitting her with a bottle, the story that he had told them so far made Dioneth look like the perpetrator. The case appeared to be that a crazy and drunk girlfriend got jealous of her boyfriend's wife. She threatened to kill the wife and the children and met her end as she stumbled and fell, hitting her head on the truck. But now that he has agreed to one violent act, it will be hard to go back, and we will see a clearer picture of the crimes soon.
Because I would assume you wouldn't have her over at your place.
No.
With
my wife now.
your wife or something,
No,
you know?
she would follow me.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, tell us about that. Yeah, so now she's following you around. So is she stalking you?
Yeah, when she lived here, she would follow me around. Yeah. even
So
like-
when did you become aware she knew where you lived?
Until she told me.
When did that happen?
When she left to California, she said that she knew where I lived and that her
Did
house-
she confirm it? Did she show you anything?
I mean, she just told me you live at this house and it's like this and this.
So she described your house to you?
Mm-hmm.
With address number and everything?
No,
or
not
no?
with the address number, just described my house. You know, it's like, oh, that's my house.
How did that make you feel?
I'm scared.
So now you're living in fear that she could show up at any moment,
Yeah.
like at your
Yeah,
doorstep.
she would stalk my wife too, and she would send her messages too.
Okay.
But with the fake Facebook though.
Oh my God.
Do you remember what name she used for that?
She had several.
Do you know which one she used for sending messages to your wife?
I'm not sure. My wife probably remembers because she had more memory than me.
No, okay. Yeah, that's gotta be terrifying to live with.
So her duffel bag you got rid of. What about her phone? Her two phones, do you know?
No, I didn't take the phones because she had them with her.
This is where the sixth stage begins. It is called The Suspect Quiets Down and Listens. And as the name suggests, here Alejandro should have quieted down and listened. But a more focal theme to this stage is that the suspect will try to present an alternative situation or motive. Alejandro has already mentioned that Dioneth had gotten abusive and threatening, but now he is adding a new motive which justifies why he had to defend himself in the situation. He says that she knew his address, and the fact that she was a real-time threat justified eliminating her, especially when she was physically assaulting him. Him providing this alternate theory is expected, and the agents have just the techniques to combat that. It's also important to point out that Alejandro says he did not know about the death until recently. So far, it seems that his main goal is to get a sentence for accidental death instead of second-degree murder.
Sorry about that. You all right?
Yes.
Okay. Not much longer.
So is the duffel bag still at the house?
No, the garbage can was on Wednesday.
Wednesday last week?
Yeah.
And you're pretty sure that the phone stayed?
Yeah, they stayed alive. It was just the backpack that was up in the truck.
So was it just eating you up when the family was calling and asking
Yeah.
about her? I mean, it's gotta be tough, dude.
Yeah.
Is this the blue knife?
Yes, the blue knife.
That's yours?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in the truck too.
Was in the truck?
Mhm.
Like where out in the truck was that?
Top by the lights.
By the light?
Yeah.
And where was the red one at?
That one was on the passenger side.
Passenger side door, like
Yeah.
the little map
Mhm.
pocket
Yeah, right
thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would always put it there because that's where I had my harness and stuff on the passenger side, back seat. So I would always have it there.
So, this is another photo here. Does that look like what she was wearing there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, this is what I'm looking at. Sorry, you gotta look at this. Here, look at that.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's pretty bad.
that is pretty bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good. So, what do you think about that?
Well, I had to defend myself. So it was her or me.
Right.
I got two kids.
Right.
Two kids to come home to now.
What do you
So how
think
did
about
that-
these injuries?
How did that,
Oh, I didn't do those. I don't know how those got there.
You don't know?
Mm-mm. No, as soon as I hit her with the bottle, she just
collapsed?
yeah.
And then you moved her to the woods
Mhm,
to here?
yeah, and that's when I left.
Okay. So this isn't you?
Mm-mm.
And you didn't get any injuries on yourself when she was coming at you? Any cuts or bruises or anything that you can show us?
Can I see your hands? Like,
Mhm.
you mind if I photograph your hands?
And if there are injuries from her, please point them out, because that, definitely helps substantiate your story.
Just so I can say it's you. You mind taking your glasses off just so I can see it's you? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Just give me a second here. We're gonna get both hands. And then, can you turn them the other way? Thank you.
You get some old scratches here, is that from anything, or
Well, yeah, probably these right here.
what do you think that's from?
Well, she tried to scratch. I'm probably scratching
Oh,
myself. I also have one right here in my chest. I don't know.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just have their hand, and then what I'll have you do, I'll just have you lift your shirt up. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, sure.
Oh, it was like right here, like some scratches on it.
Okay. It's like your wife's name up there at the top. Okay. Can I just have you just stand up just so I can get the back and everything? Yeah, back. If you can just, lift your shirt. Yeah, I want to see what's up here. Oh, that's cool. Do you know if she had any tattoos?
Just on her hand, just one.
Any other injuries, any leg injuries, anything like that that's from her?
No.
The agents left the room and then re-entered. Whenever you see this taking place, you can be sure that it is not for a break or the reason that they mention, but rather to reevaluate their strategy. What you're seeing here is planned. The photos of the injuries incurred by the suspect are evidence, and they are usually collected after the arrest by other officers. However, the agent is taking them here during the interrogation. You will soon discover what this led them to achieve.
Do you still have the clothes that you were wearing, or?
Oh yeah, it's just like some gray jeans.
Okay,
That's right.
they're still at the house, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You didn't get rid of them? Okay. Shoes, were those the boots you were wearing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are the boots I was wearing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take that back shot again. Sorry about that. It was pretty terrible.
It's not very lighting in here.
No, it's not. Okay. Sorry about that. Give me just a second here. That looks good. All right, go ahead and put your shirt back on. Yeah, okay. Stand up, turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest.
That was the smoothest arrest made by an officer on camera. Like we mentioned earlier, the act of taking photos was scripted, and they had a reason for this. Alejandro has already been in the interrogation room for a long time now, and he has been speaking a lot, but not fully cooperating with the agents either. They realized that the initial stages of the read technique worked so well that he had become too comfortable. There needed to be more pressure on him to get a statement. This is also not the traditional and ideal room setting for that technique. There usually is a table between the officers and the suspect. But now they'll be able to move the process along faster. Another reason behind this arrest is that Alejandro is a violent criminal given the ferocity of his actions. When trying to arrest such criminals, things can easily get out of hand, and it can risk the safety of the officers as well. In order to prevent that, they arrested him through the disguise of taking additional photos.
For 1901. Again, this is case number 2020-3435.
mean, he told us a ton, you know, all
Yeah.
what happened and
Yeah.
stuff. Based on, you know, the wounds and what's happened with the body and stuff like that, we know there's more to it. Is there anything else that you wanna, like, just make right for her family, explain?
No.
No.
Seems like a bad scenario to be in, for sure.
Yeah.
It does,
And
just, I'm
your
sure.
life just changes, like,
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure the fear for your family was
yeah.
real. Is there anything else you think we should know
No.
at all?
The big cut there,
No,
can you
no.
tell us about that? I mean, how would that have
I
happened?
don't know. I just hit it with the bottle, and then after that, I just left. I felt scared.
Had you been drinking at all?
Just like a couple beers, and that's it.
So you weren't drunk?
No, I wasn't drunk. She was.
She was drunk,
Yeah,
but
she
you
was
weren't
just
drunk?
Drinking underneath us the whole time.
What kind of beer were you drinking?
Our,
Silver Bullet.
the blue knife we showed you the photo of, are we gonna find her blood on that knife?
No.
No. So that knife had no involvement in what happened?
Mm-mm. No, it was just the Milwaukee one, the red one.
Just a red one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so did the red knife, is that gonna have her blood on it?
No.
You're sure about that?
Yeah, 'cause I just hit it with the bottle, and that's it, and I left after that.
Is there a chance that the bottle caused that wound underneath the
No,
neck?
'cause I hit her in the head.
Is there anything else you think we should know?
Mm-mm.
That we didn't ask? I'm shocked these guys didn't ask this question.
No.
She's got lots of wounds on her arms. Can you tell us how those happened?
Probably when she fell. I don't know.
Yeah, usually when the wounds are on the back of their arm, they're trying to protect themselves.
Yeah. No, I just hit it with the bottom, that's it. That's what I thought.
That was twice, right? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Was she, when you left, was she bleeding at all?
Yeah, just from her head.
From what wound he described to us,
Well, the one in her head when I hit with the bottle, the one that hit with the bottle.
was a lot of blood loss, or do you remember?
No, I didn't even look. I just got on the truck and left.
You think she was still breathing at that point?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You think she, because you saw her breathing, saw her chest moving, or?
Yeah, she was moving, yeah.
Okay. Was she moaning? Was she saying anything? Was she asking for help?
No.
In most cases, the agents would have given the suspect an alternate choice between a socially acceptable and unacceptable crime at this point, marking the 7th stage. However, the agents have skipped past that here. They've already gotten Alejandro to confess partially, and all they need now is that he gives them further details. What you saw now was the 8th stage in the Reed technique, called bringing the suspect into conversation. The main goal here is to make the subject repeat his admissions and make him add more details to the same. This will allow the agents to establish the validity of the statement.
No, she was just breathing, but like faint. She fainted, I don't know. But breathing. So I just left.
She was breathing now.
Yeah.
And no thought of, like, you know, just calling 911 anonymously and saying, hey, there's a woman up.
For me, at that, when that thing happened, I could just think of just going home. I didn't think of nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long ride home,
Yeah.
a couple hours.
Yeah.
Your mind's gotta be just racing at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was there any thoughts on the ride back or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah, tell us what was going through your mind, on the ride back.
But what had happened, it wasn't like a good ending. I'd rather just her, like, tell my wife that I have something with her than that,
Right, yeah, nobody wants that.
And after that, life changed. Because now, look at that now. I'm in handcuffs now, and I got 2 kids left.
Yeah.
It was her or me.
Right.
Yeah.
we should be looking for evidence to help exonerate you or anything? Is there anything else that would help?
No.
Now's the time.
Now, I mean, you can ask my wife, I mean, she would like send her stuff and stuff like that.
Is your wife out here with you?
Yeah, she's out there.
Yeah, she's out.
I mean, can I say bye to her at least, or?
It's gonna be his boss's call, so
Right.
we'll have to, I mean, you're gonna end up seeing her again, you know, stuff like that, but, yeah.
I do need to get another bottle of water out there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's gonna take it, because her due date was like in 2 weeks.
Right, that's what we
So,
got from the Facebook thing, yeah, I
don't
know.
want
The timing is
this news
awful.
too, you know.
I know, timing
Yeah,
is
'cause
awful.
we've had like 5 miscarriages.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And,
Jeff, I'll hang in here, why don't you check with them and see.
that sounds good.
7:05 right now, just so you know what time.
Mm-hmm.
So why does your wife think you're here tonight?
Because I just told her I gave someone a ride to over there, and that's it.
Okay. She had any suspicions at all that you were having an affair?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have sex at all that night on that trip?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you use a condom or?
No, because she couldn't have kids.
Okay. She couldn't have kids. When did you guys have sex? Was that?
That was Monday.
Monday night?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that by the Longhouse, or is that after you guys went and camped for the night?
Yeah, that's after we camped, yeah.
I assume that's when the clothes change happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, were things going okay at that point?
Yeah, at that point, yeah. It was, until Tuesday morning when I told her, you know, how we were done. Yeah, and that's when she flipped out.
So, we're always getting news. So, but where did the tequila bottle, you said that came from you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy it anywhere?
No, I was at the house.
You had it at your house?
Yeah.
And it was it a recent purchase or?
No, it was just one leftovers from a party.
Okay. So how long have you had that bottle for?
For like 5 months.
Okay. And her phone was left there?
Yeah, I didn't grab her phones. She had them in her pocket.
Okay.
I just had the bag that was in the truck, and that's it.
Okay. This is cell phone data.
Mm-hmm.
This shows you going from SeaTac out there and back. What it also shows is her phone with your phone. That's why there's two dots, a satellite you're sitting going back to your place. Would you please tell me where her cell phone is?
So I threw it away.
You threw it away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was in the duffel bag?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
because we got the information coming as we
Yeah.
get it, and that's it.
Are you sure they were in the duffel bag?
Yeah, they were in there.
How do you know they were in the duffel bag?
Because I saw them.
You saw them?
Yeah.
Okay, did anybody else see them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you say throw them away, you throw them away at your house?
No, I didn't throw them away. I threw them away just on the side of the road. Just threw them out.
On the side of the road where?
Here in Renton.
Here in Renton? Where in Renton?
I threw one away over there, like on the side of the road, and the other one I threw away at 7-Eleven. That's here in
At the
Renton.
7-Eleven?
Yeah, garbage can.
What's 7-Eleven?
What street?
I'm not sure about the street, but it's the one closest to my house.
The 7-Eleven goes to your house has whose phone? Her phone?
Yeah.
Which one, do you know which one you threw where?
No, I didn't know. I just grabbed it and just threw one away over there on the side of the road, and the other one here at 7-Eleven.
Where's the other one on the side of the road at?
I don't know the street. I know.
Is it on this side of the water? It's in Renton?
Yeah.
Alejandro has been denying the seriousness of the situation. He displays no guilt, no emotions, and he's been joking about the situation. A part of getting a confession is also hitting the right pressure points. Another factor contributing to the change in environment is the change in body language and tone of Agent Waterhouse. He went from being friendly to being a little more assertive, and now he's leaning more towards Alejandro, essentially taking up more space in the room. Prior to this point, even when he had been showing evidence, he had always shown it from a safe distance. Alejandro is also in handcuffs now. This is a safety precaution that may be contributing to the change in the body language as well.
Could you take us to that phone?
I mean, if it's still there, yeah. I just threw it there. No, I was driving when I threw it out.
Okay, but is there any landmarks nearby where you threw it out at? Like another gas station?
No, it's a school. I mean, the school's behind there.
The school? Which school?
I don't know the name.
How far is it from your house? Is it a middle school, high school?
It's a high school.
It's a high school?
Mhm.
Is it the one you went to?
No. A different one.
A different one than the one you went to?
Mm-hmm.
But it's near your house? Like how far from your house is it, if you had to guess?
Like 10 minutes.
10 minutes from your house?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the school looks like?
Yeah.
Do you know the name of it?
It's like Kenbridge, something like that.
Kenrich?
Yeah.
So if I were to try to find this phone, where would it be?
On the side of the road.
In front of the school, side of the school,
No,
back of the school?
like it's like the school's on the light, and then you go down like a hill, and they're like building some houses on your right and somewhere around there. So I threw it away.
So you threw it on the right side where they're building the
Mhm.
houses? Like
Yeah.
in a ditch?
No, it's like forest there. I
Oh,
threw
just
it
when you
out.
get out there? Okay. Do you know what the phone looks like?
They were both the same.
So both just a
Motorola.
Motorola Droid or something?
Yeah, they were both the same.
Okay. But the other one was thrown out in the garbage can at a 7-Eleven near your house,
Yeah.
like a big dumpster
No, the ones that are at the gas station.
in the
Yeah.
store?
No, outside.
But outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. By the gas pumps. Okay.
So,
Did they have a case on them or anything?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
So no case, just
That's why they look the same, both of them.
oh.
Yeah. that's
So
why-
are you sure which one went where?
I don't know which one.
You're not sure if the T-Mobile one went out here or the other one there.
Yeah, because they're both the same.
They're both the same.
so there never were friends that were meeting her?
No.
Yeah, we didn't think so. I mean, just based on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for cooperating with us and talking to us and what have you about it. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got to eat away at you for a while, just the fact you had to do that. No matter what anybody else thinks, just the fact you had to do that. Pretty bad. Yeah, so, okay. I don't think I have anything else.
Want to do the time?
Yeah, so, I'll go over the date and the time. It's gonna be the same date. Date is February 19th, 2020. Time is now 7:14 or 19:14. I'm gonna step out and shut this off.
The final stage consists of concluding the interrogation. At the end of an interview, there is always a possibility of revisiting the interrogation with the suspect. This is done as more and more evidence piles up. The agents will need more details from the suspect. In the end, you will notice that Agent Waterhouse leaves Alejandro on a good note. He again establishes how appreciative he is of the cooperation and honesty. This is a common tactic used at the end of interrogations. When we think of a situation, we think of the last notes. If they were positive, then we have a positive perception of the same. And if they're negative, we will have a negative outlook towards it. By doing this, he has ensured that Alejandro associates his interaction with Agent Waterhouse positively, and hence, if required, he'll be more cooperative later.
So we were able to confirm that the person that was found deceased up in the woods is the same person that he was seen with.
Oh, so she was,
It's the same person.
so she was found
Dead.
dead?
Yeah. Yeah. And he was the last person to see her.
being detained?
He's currently under arrest.
So is he not here in the building anymore?
He is. He's here. And he's talked about what happened. Okay, and he's a little more involved than what he shared with you.
How involved?
He's under arrest for homicide.
He admitted to it.
Yep. So he's been cooperative.
You're lying to me.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not.
He told my mom.
Okay, so,
Oh. No, he didn't.
so he's cooperated. We're gonna be doing a search warrant to gather some items from the house.
No, you're lying to me.
No, I wish I was.
What did he do?
Well, he was involved in her death.
With the guys?
There's no other guys.
Stop it, you're lying. Stop it, please, can I see him?
I wish I was lying to you, but I'm not.
Stop.
I
No.
wish I was, but I'm not. Okay, he was involved. And I know, it's shocking to you. But he has admitted to it. He told the guys what happened.
No.
Okay. No, I wish it wasn't
No,
true.
please, no.
When he came home, did he have his shoes with him when he came home, his boots? The ones that he went to work, his work boots?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if he had the black boots on. I don't know if he had the work boots on. I don't know what shoes.
Okay. And you said the work boots had holes in them, so,
There's old work boots, yeah.
okay, and when did he get rid of them?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, because when I asked him why he was wearing his black cowboy boots to work, and he said because the other ones had holes in them.
Okay.
And that was a recent conversation.
I don't remember when that conversation was. I don't remember if it was before he started working with my dad or after. Can I please call my mom? Can I talk to him?
I can go find out about that, and I'll be back. Okay? It'll only be a few minutes, and
Do you guys have DNA or something? How do you know that? It was him.
Okay, he confessed.
Here we can see the absolutely devastating scene where a pregnant Angel Rojas, wife of Alejandro, is given the news of her husband being a murderer. She is in utter disbelief. A crime rarely leaves a single victim behind. There are usually multiple victims of a crime. Here, Dioneth was the victim who lost her life. Her family, too, are the victims who lost a loved one. And Angel and her children are victims, too, left to deal with the social consequences of the crime. Rojas was arrested on February 19, 2020, and he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder with a deadly weapon enhancement in Clallam County Superior Court on March 6, 2020. This specific charger is for when a weapon aside from a firearm is used in a murder. That charge was dismissed, and he was charged in federal court with second-degree murder instead because the murder occurred on federal land. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in December 2021. In the end, he was sentenced to 200 months, or 16 years in prison on May 16, 2022. U.S. Attorney Nick Brown, who was handling the case of Dioneth Lopez, came out and said, "This cruel and cold-hearted attack robbed a family of a young and vibrant daughter, sister, and niece." Some may think that the jail time Alejandro received was a just consequence, but that is highly debatable. The people facing the consequences of his actions are the family of Dioneth, who lost a loved one, and his wife and children, who will be labeled with the murderer's name for the rest of their lives. Alejandro is the biggest example on how accountability and responsibility for your actions are bigger tasks than we see them to be. If he were a father who took responsibility for his family, he would have never been involved with Dioneth Lopez in the first place. If he was responsible towards Dioneth, he would not have acted on his impulse and killed her. Throughout the interrogation, we could see that he tried to escape from the responsibility of his crimes. It was easier to blame a dead 21-year-old instead of owning up to his actions. The aftermath? Angel Rojas has to take care of it now. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments below. If you have any such cases that you want us to cover, add them in the comments section as well. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Until next time, stay safe and thanks for watching.